And right now I'm sitting in office. I'm, taking this session. So yeah, it is very
Now you are a
convenient.
student, Anand.
Yeah, now I'm a student. Yeah.
No, that's okay. No, we are not a student. Of course, I'm a teacher, but we are not. We can be friends
No,
also, right?
no, but I love to be a student throughout my life. It is not like, yeah, I'm
Great.
teacher for
That's
my
the attitude.
students, but yes, I'm also a student. And I think the life should be like that,
Like that,
because there is
exactly.
not always room for learning, room for, exploring
Absolutely.
new things.
Absolutely. And in fact, to be a good teacher, one must be a good learner. Yes, that's good to know. So just help me recall what exactly is it that you do? Are you a student or a working professional or both?
I'm a teacher. I on an institute. Okay,
I see.
so
Okay.
yeah,
What
so it
subject do
is.
you teach again?
I teach chemistry.
Wow. Okay. Chemistry. To which grade?
Uh, they are, teenagers, grade 6 to 12.
Grade 6 to 12. Okay. All right. So that's I mean, a good amount of grades that you teach. Six, seven, eight. All right. Okay. Because see, in my school, I remember in sixth standard we did not have chemistry. We did have science as a subject. Chemistry as a subject came up in our ninth standard, ninth or tenth
Yeah,
standard,
it
ninth,
is
tenth.
similar here, right? But kind of, we have one book of science up to eight, but there is a chapter which is of
Okay,
chemistry, physics,
chemistry.
and biology, right?
Exactly. So we used to study
So
all of that together.
together,
And
yeah. So yeah, but it is a tutoring center. I mean, it is a institution. So we have a standard 6 to 12 students.
right,
So we have to arrange according to them, right?
correct,
So I have
absolutely.
tutors for other subjects, but I teach them chemistry.
So you run that coaching class or are you an employee there?
No, I run. I'm
Oh,
honor.
okay. So okay, great, nice. How long have you been running that coaching institute?
Since 2017, it has been 7 years now.
Oh wow, okay, nice. 17, right? Tell me, Anand, what would you like to talk about? How was your day going so far? How is your
My
day?
day has been good. Like, I woke up around, 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Bit late today.
Oh, that's
Okay.
late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is late for me because usually I wake up around 5, so 1.5 hour
Oh
late
wow.
today because I slept late last night.
Hmm.
And yeah, after waking up, I finished my daily activities and I taught my student from 7:30 to around 10:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And
Okay.
after teaching my students, just I was watching videos on YouTube. And right now, yes, I had session, so
That
I'm
is
taking
quite
this
a
session.
full morning that you've had so far. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, is the coaching institute close to where you stay, or do you have to travel a bit of a distance to reach
No,
there?
it is very close to like my living
That's good.
apartment and coaching institute is attached. So the
Oh,
front
okay.
side of the building is my coaching institute, and I live in the back side of the
I
building.
see. That's great. I mean, almost the same place, you can say.
Yeah, same place. Just I have to walk few steps. I will have
You're
to
very
open the
lucky
gate. Yes, in
because
terms
for
of
us,
this
we
you
have to
can.
travel, 1.5 hours away from our
Yeah.
home, and again 1.5 hours back. It's so far. Anyway, right.
And right now I'm sitting in office. I'm, taking this session. So yeah, it is very
Now you are a
convenient.
student, Anand.
Yeah, now I'm a student. Yeah.
No, that's okay. No, we are not a student. Of course, I'm a teacher, but we are not. We can be friends
No,
also, right?
no, but I love to be a student throughout my life. It is not like, yeah, I'm
Great.
teacher for
That's
my
the attitude.
students, but yes, I'm also a student. And I think the life should be like that,
Like that,
because there is
exactly.
not always room for learning, room for, exploring
Absolutely.
new things.
Absolutely. And in fact, to be a good teacher, one must be a good learner. Also, if you want to be a good teacher throughout your life, you have to be a good learner as well. Right. Great. Great. So tell me, what would you do for the rest of the day? Do you have any sessions, Clapingo, or do you have classes to take today?
Sorry.
Do you have any classes to take with your students today, or do you have any sessions planned on Clapingo today?
No, now I have classes right from 2:30. Once again, our
Okay.
classes will resume. So we
Okay.
would have a CBS to a student at evening time. In
I
morning
see.
time, we teach Bihar board students. Okay, so one who belongs to Bihar board say they do not go to school in the morning time, right?
I see.
But the CBSE students, they go to school in the morning
Hmm.
time,
Hmm.
so they would come at evening. So
Oh,
from
I see.
2:30 to 8 at night, I would be busy. Okay.
Hmm. That's a long day actually for you, right?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is long day, but kind of, I have to be busy. I would be there taking care of everything. It is not that I'm teaching them every day, and I'm just teaching senior classes right now, just,
Hmm. Hmm.
class 9, 10th chemistry of
Hmm.
these classes. But,
Correct.
I have to rotate the tutors and everything. I have to,
Absolutely. You are the owner, so you have, apart from teaching, in fact, teaching responsibilities would be sort of variable, not every day, like you said. But the other, the management part is what you have to really look after as well. That's true.
yeah.
Owners always are typically busy. You may see them sitting in one place, but they are still working. So it's like that. Anyway, so tell me, I mean, what not motivated you, but what brought this idea in your mind to start a coaching class? Did you think of it before, or how was it? How was that idea brought on?
No, the idea was nothing, right? I thought of, earning money, right? So to be honest,
Hmm.
I wanted to start earning,
Okay.
So I found one thing is easy, that is teaching for me, right? So I thought, how I can teach well. So I started teaching in 2017. I started teaching on my own. Just I was alone on those days teaching in my institute,
Hmm.
right? So I used to teach my students physics,
So
chemistry,
have you taught
mathematics.
in schools or colleges, or your teaching
No,
experience has been in?
just I used to teach my brothers, in my home. So
Okay,
kind of confidence I gathered from them, teaching
I
them,
see.
right?
You realized
So
that you could teach a subject.
yeah. So initially, I had lots of problem. I had to face problem in teaching, but I knew that,
Hmm.
I could do it. So
That's good.
I started in 2017. I had to struggle 2017 and kind of 18, but since
Hmm.
from 2019,
And how
my
many teachers are there working at your coaching
right
center?
now five teachers. Yeah.
And do you all purely cater to science related subjects only, or do the teachers also teach English or what social
No,
studies?
right now I have added SST teacher like for social sciences, well,
Social,
because
social
now
studies.
trend had changed. A few
Okay.
years back, like, you could only teach science subjects, but right
Hmm.
now, because of the opening institutions, they bring
Hmm.
all kinds of teachers together. So we have to also renovate everything. So yes, I have
Right.
right now I have tutors for uh, social science. I have tutors for
Hmm.
physics, chemistry, mathematics, all other
Right.
subjects, right?
Yes. Those are the traditional subjects for which typically students have been going to coaching centers apart from attending schools or colleges. But yes, you are correct. We do see teachers and students going to coaching for social studies, history, and specifically history, geography also. Many students need coaching in that subject as well. And of course, fluent English. There are so many spoken English institutes, and of course, platforms like these. But I personally feel an online platform like Clapingo is very good because it has a wider reach. You can join from anywhere and at a very convenient time as compared to going to a coaching center and improving your fluency.
Yeah, like it is good for them who knows how to speak even a little bit, right? One
Hmm.
who knows how to speak a bit. But there are students who doesn't know how to speak at all. They're
They may
right.
have subject knowledge, but when it comes to speaking, maybe even explaining the simplest thing, they cannot actually.
They
That's,
they cannot
I
speak.
personally
So
feel that you should also have a spoken English, basic level spoken English thing for your students if possible. I personally feel because I teach students at the MBA level, I see them. I wonder, they can't sometimes, very rarely, but there are cases like that where they can't frame a single sentence and they have completed their graduation in English medium school, college. So, and then they really struggle later on.
yeah, like
They
I am
struggle.
also teaching them English nowadays. Like I'm
Hmm.
training them
If
how to
possible.
speak in. Yeah, I'm training my students how to speak in English. Just one who are interested. I'm just
Yes, yes.
because I'm interested in teaching English as well. So I'm giving it a shot nowadays. So I could see all the students are from English medium. You know, they have been learning in English medium school since their childhood. But when it comes to speak, they couldn't speak even 5, 10 lines. Correct English. So yeah, you are right.
That is the irony of the situation. They have
Yeah.
studied the subject. It's not a foreign, a completely foreign language, but they studied it as a subject.
Yes.
They did not get the opportunity to speak, think, apply their own mind. No, it was subject exam oriented. You have to clear the exam and all that. That is the problem. So good thing that you are trying to. You can start at a very basic level. So maybe help them with their introduction, or if someone asks you how are you, how do you respond to that? Simple things like that.
Yes. I'm teaching them grammar most of the time, right?
Okay,
And also a spoken part, like I'm giving them few topics, write about the topics, deliver a speech in the class, kind of basic
that's
things.
good.
So,
Elocution
and
sort of.
that's what helps them to improve at communication skills, right?
Yes, and it
I
is
mean,
earlier it was not mandatory, but as we know now, even I we have learners. Majority of the learners here are IT professionals. Who would have thought IT professionals who simply sit in front of their laptop and do technical things require English? Okay, but majority of them are here, so you can't escape it. It's better to accept and excel in it, I feel.
yeah.
Right,
So,
great, great. Yeah, tell me.
yeah, I have been to your state, Siliguri. I have been to Darjeeling.
Oh.
Okay, so I had to land Siliguri first. Okay.
Mm, yes,
So yes, it was beautiful experience, right? So,
it's a
do you
nice
live?
town actually. A small town.
Mhm.
It's a small. Now it's no longer. I would say it's still small, but it has become slightly congested. Every place has become congested, but it's still a nice break from the hectic routine city life. It is slow there, and you also you still see the rickshaws. The rickshaw carts being pulled by one person. We don't get to see that very often everywhere. It's a nice
Yes.
place. The weather is generally good. How long were
Mhm.
you initially going? Did you stay there for?
I stayed for, but I was not in Siliguri. I was
Okay,
in Darjeeling.
Darjeeling. Okay. So
Yeah.
Darjeeling is a few hours away from Siliguri. Was it a trip with your friends or family?
Uh, no, I was with my brother, right? So
Okay.
we had summer vacations last
Hmm.
month.
Hmm.
So we thought
Nice.
of, traveling,
Oh,
and
you went there last month.
yeah, last month.
Oh,
So it
okay.
was raining a lot. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. In fact, but then sadly, Shiliguri weather also has deteriorated. I mean, I was there in the month of May, and I have gone there. Of course, I have my family, extended family living there. The weather used to always be pleasant. Mumbai scorching hot, but Shiliguri it used to be very pleasant. But since the last few years, the temperatures have been soaring there also. It was when I was there, it was 35 degrees, which was unbelievable. But I think now it's again back to being pleasant. It's raining there, and
Yeah, it was pleasant. When I reached, it was around 20 degrees Celsius. Okay,
oh,
20 or
lucky for
22
you.
degree. Yeah, I was lucky. And when I
Hmm.
reached Darjeeling, it was 16 degrees Celsius. So quite
Okay,
chilly. It was not chill, but kind of,
very
feeling,
pleasant.
yeah, pleasant. Yeah, bit cold.
That's great. Good, good, good. So, Anand, I think we are heading towards the end of the session. Nice talking to you. Nice seeing you after a long time. And
Same here.
I
It
have to
was nice
talk to you.
talking.
I hope to talk to you again. And we'll talk about something chemistry. You can teach me some math because I completely, after 10th, I never studied chemistry. So, we can just talk about something of our own choice, of course.